Hey guys, this is Theo from PuckerBlocks.com. A few days ago I was around this street here sketching and I walked past this building. This is a pretty nice building because it's lighted in strong sunlight. There are some very strong shadows as well. So I wasn't able to sketch this the other day, but today I came back here again to sketch this. Before I start, I like to have some planning first. So for this particular sketch, I wanted to put the building on the right side of the pitch. But because this building is so big, part of it is going to go across the pitch gutter. I started from the top and went down. I drew in the lamppost first because I wanted to know where the bottom of the lamppost is. So the bottom of the lamppost is going to represent the bottom boundary of this sketch. And the top of the roof is going to represent the top boundary of this sketch. It's very important to get your boundaries correct. So in this case, I have the bottom of the lamppost, I have the top of the roof, and everything else that I draw in later on will have to be between these two boundaries, the top and the bottom, so that it will fit, so that everything will fit onto the page. So establishing where your top and bottom, your left and right is quite important. But I think the most important thing is to establish the top and bottom boundary. I'm actually standing on an overhead bridge across the street on the second floor. So I'm looking down at this building from afar. Now, one thing to take note of is the horizon line is on the second floor. It coincides with my eye level. The eye level, the horizon, and the vanishing point, they are all on the same level. So as I am drawing, I have to make sure that all the lines that are supposed to be parallel to the ground at this level, they will be perfectly horizontal. So those lines in the sketch would be the lines that are above the windows on the second floor and all the lines that are very close to that. So those lines will be perfectly horizontal. Now those lines that are above the second floor, like the roof line, those lines will tilt down towards the vanishing line, the vanishing point, and the horizon line. And those lines that are below the horizon, they are going to tilt upwards to the horizon and the vanishing point. So this may help you when you're sketching, because sometimes it can be a bit tricky to get a perspective, but as long as you know where your horizon is, and if you know your vanishing point, that's even more helpful, because in this particular sketch, the vanishing point is actually outside of the page, outside on the right side and outside on the left page. So I wasn't able to place the vanishing point onto the page. If I can place it onto the page, it's going to be much more accurate because I can always draw towards the vanishing point. But because the vanishing point is outside of the page, it's a bit difficult for me to visualize where the point is, so I cannot draw towards the point. So now I am drawing the left side. These are some shop houses. There are some cars parked in front. The windows, there are signboards, there are some people standing under the shop houses. Note the overlapping shapes, especially the cars overlapping the buildings, and these three shop houses that are behind the bigger bigger building on the right side. So as I move to the left side, I started drawing the trees. There are a lot of branches, so I don't even want to draw exactly what I see. I just basically just drew some wobbly lines to represent the trees on the far left side. And there's this little car here as well. Okay, drawing the foliage on the background, and then behind the foliage and the trees there's another big building. And then this looks like a church to me, because, well, there is a cross there, and this big church is behind the main building. And finally, I will do some touch-up later on. Now I draw the windows. I realized that I forgot to draw the windows earlier on, so now I draw in the windows here. Fill in some little details, draw the big rectangle, and then draw in the little details. There are some horizontal lines on the walls. I don't want to draw them too thick, so I use very little pressure on my fountain pen to just draw on the surface of the paper very lightly. If I draw them too thick, they will draw attention to themselves, and that is not good. Usually for lines that I want them to be thick, those lines they should represent a change in the form. That means, for example, if the wall turns away, then that line should be thick. So now I draw in some details for the trees, write in some extra words, and also look around the page to see where else I need extra details and stuff like that. Now for the roof, I added some lines there so that they all go towards the vanishing point. This gives the roof some shade as well. I think this sketch is almost done. Finally, I just put in some dots on the floor, on the ground, to give it a bit more texture. This is how the sketch looks like when it's completed. I'm going to color this in a separate tutorial, and that tutorial will be available for my patron supporters. Now, if you are not a patron supporter, you don't like the monthly subscription thing, I will bundle this tutorial, the watercolor tutorial, into a separate set to be sold maybe in a few weeks time once I have other tutorials made. So thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.